Well, welcome back to another edition of the All Sports Podcast with the double BT, Caden Mackey, and of course, Harry Keeling. Welcome aboard. We're now 10 episodes in, so 10 weeks. It's a magnificent achievement. We've done really well, so we thank all the love. Now, you're probably wondering, who's that annoying voice yet again? Yes, that is me. I am back after a stint away in the Eastern Football Netball League Premier interviews. I was asking a few hard, deep questions, and it paid off. But that's enough for me for a little while. Caden Mackey, welcome aboard, mate. Another episode, and as you say, mate, we're getting closer to the spring carnival.
Yeah, we are, Blakey. Looking forward to it, mate. Another episode. Plenty to talk about this week. I think most of it we'll be hearing you talking a lot of your rubbish about your interviews and that. But spring carnival I've sort of lost a bit of interest in the spring carnival, Blakey, because our good mate J Max injured, so it's a bit unfortunate. But we'll get into it. So looking forward to talking about a little bit about that later on in the episode, Blakey.
Yeah, well, Mr. Brightside is taking things a long way. So he's
What a horse, mate. What a horse.
What a fucking horse!
There it is. Good
And
start.
and now Harry Keeling. Now Harry, he we got a nice little shout out here by one of our listeners. Now I think we should shout him out. Millbuck's finest and Warrior Alex Shane Kennedy approached one of us and said we should do this little segment for Harry with his the great footy chant, which is making our podcast be where it is now, which is successful. And thank you, Harry. Welcome back again, mate.
Thanks, Blakey. It's great to get a bit of a following for myself. Might have to take this further with my singing career if it starts to take off a bit more, I think.
Well, the voice is on right now, mate, so you missed out on that audition. So there you go. And now, last but not least, my idiotic brother, Bo. Welcome again, mate. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, mate. Just saw you 5 minutes ago, but it was good. Yeah, pleasure to be back on.
Just saw him at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Was Kelly there?
Yeah,
Yeah, she was there. Yes, I didn't know who you're asking, but that's okay. Anyway, a lot to talk about. Do you want me to introduce the great man, Caden, first up? I'll introduce him.
What?
So, Harry Keeling, take it away, son.
All right, are we ready, boys?
There we go.
got a little friend who's going to come sing the song with us today. Are we ready?
Oh,
footy, 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 footy.
I got a bit nervous when you said I've got a little friend that's gonna help us out. I didn't know what was going on there. Keep it PG, mate.
It happened to be Max King. So anyway, lots to talk about. Lots of grand finals actually that was played. We'll kick things off, of course. I think Bo and Caden, you guys were both there on Saturday. I don't know where you were, Harry. Probably putting one away probably at that time with your girlfriend. But anyway, what were you doing Saturday around 2:30, Harry?
What was I doing Saturday about 2:30?
Yeah.
I was actually seeing my mum, who's over from Tassie.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. Is that all right, Wakey?
Yeah, it's fine. That's reasonable. I thought you'll be, putting one away. Anyway, bit of fun on the podcast, boys. Come on.
He's just ripped Harry an absolute fucking new one.
And all he was doing was hanging out with his mum.
Oh man.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm going to take this off. I'm getting too hot.
So, in the Eastern Football Netball League Premier Grand Final, it was the Mighty Hawkers, the Roval Footy Club, clinching their first Premier Grand Final victory over Vermont. Geez, it's good to see them lose Grand Finals. But anyway, Roval won 9-12-66 to Vermont 8-8-56. I'll speak about it a bit more, but I'll throw it over to our two panelists who were at the game. One of you boys want to start us off and give us what your thoughts were?
Bowie, you probably remember the game a bit more than me, mate. So I'll let you take it away.
Yeah. Dossa's a bit worse for wear after his BNF, so he was pretty quiet Saturday, which is a bit weird. Nah, but it was a good. It was a good game. Like the first quarter was pretty shit. I think we can all agree. But then it got really got into it. It was close, neck and neck. I think I took out of it was, obviously their star Vermont's forgot his name, did his ACL, whatever. That sort of hindered their midfield a bit.
Greenwood.
Greenwood, that's it, yeah. So to
He didn't do
even
that
be,
during the game.
yeah,
Oh, did he? Shit.
yeah, he's on crutches after the game. Yeah, so the fact that they sort of kept up with, 21 on the team is pretty impressive. Obviously Rossi did a pretty damn good job on Lockie. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty good game. I think both teams had chances. Like Lockie missed that easy one. Adrian Kalkowski missed that easy one as well. So it's like both teams sort of had their chances, but in the end, Roval ran away. So
Yeah, Kanan, I know you were half cut at the time, but
No,
we'll
I
just give
wasn't.
it.
No,
Okay.
I was probably still pissed on the night before, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was a good game. Massive crowd at Bayswater. It was good to see that the weather was nice and then sun was out. It was a cracking day for footy. I think I sort of agree with Bo. The first quarter there was a lot of skill errors. Obviously, I'm assuming that would have just been normal grand final nerves, but it just felt like all day that Roval were just going to be too strong. I think their midfielders really got on top of Vermont's midfield after quarter time. I thought Lockie Johns was best on in the first half by a country mile. And then Roval's midfield were able to limit his damage going forward through, I think Brolick might have gone to him a little bit and Stapleton. And they were able to get the games back on their hands. And I think it was the small forwards that did the damage for Roval. Like Mav Taylor kicked two himself, I think, but I think he would have set up 3 or 4 as well. So he was really good across half forward for Roval. And also Jesse Eekhoff, who won the medal, did a fantastic Eichhoff, sorry, whatever. Did a fantastic job on Adrian Kalkowski down there. But
Take one.
yeah, it was a don't know what that was.
What was that, Bowie?
no comment, boys. Let's keep on going.
It was a great game. It's good to see a few of. It was good to see Roval win, as I know quite a few of them. So, congratulations to them, and yeah.
Indeed, and I was there from 8:30, and when you first get there, you're like, oh, there's no one there, but I reckon come probably 2 o'clock, Bayswater was just chockers. It was just everywhere, every place you look, it was just packed, and it's what you want to see from local footy. We'll save a result to the end, but just a quick one. The Mornington Palencia Football Netball League Division 1 played yesterday. So it was Germana winning the flag 14-13, 97 to Frankston YCW 6-7-43. Our man Jake Arts, former Tiger, played for Germana. He was part of the premiership. Before we go into the obvious one as well, before that, we move our attention now to Outer East. The Wandon Footy Club are through to a grand final, their first since 2018. They defeated Warrior 23-21, 159, defeated Warrior 9-12-66. So pretty disappointing there by Warrior, but Wandon, they've got some confidence to do, but they've got a big task to try and beat Nari Warren next week, which would be a mission. But with their capabilities, they are due to do that. And now we change our mind in the West Gippsland Football Netball League Grand Final. Caden's Inverloch Conwhackers got up on the weekend. 10-15-75, defeated Philippine 6-4-40. Kanan, take it away, mate. You would have been a proud man that day, and a proud Inverloch man when they got up and beat the island.
Yeah, proud moment. I was at the Inverloch pub a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to one of the the owner's there. He plays for them, and he was saying that it's going to be a close game, always a close game between Phillip Island. It was played at Kurirup, which is fantastic ground from reports. But yeah, I think, look, judging by the scores, I was keeping an eye on the scores most of the day. Inverloch were pretty much in control for most of the game. They were 21-0 at 21-0 at quarter time, and then the 33-8 at half time, 54-27 at three-quarter time, and then they ended up winning by 35 points. So they were in control most of the day. I think the ex-AFL player, Will Hams, played for Essendon, got best on ground. He kicked 3 goals. So it was good to see him. Wears a helmet, played on the wing, I think, when I went and watched him earlier in the year. So, yeah, unfortunately, didn't get down to watch the game, but I'm sure I'll catch up with a few local Invi boys over the summer and they'll discuss it as well. But also a quick shout out to mine and Bo's favourite player for Inverloch, Corey Casey. He's CC. We've gone down there a few times to watch Inverloch over at Easter, and this man's a jet, Corey Casey. He was probably one of the best players I've seen in the comp. Not shitting you. He I think he said he moved up to Queensland this year, so he hasn't played a hell of a lot of footy, but he's he messaged me the other day saying that he's playing in the Twos grand final and they got the job done. So shout out to Corey Casey.
There you go. There you have it. So a lot of interesting results, of course, next week. It's a big one because I work with the Eastern Rangers. They got home on yesterday, so they're through to a grand final, the first one since 2019, boys, which you guys would have been a part of in that tough game, but we won't talk much into detail about that. But
Harry knows that one really well. I think he kicked goal of the year.
I sure did on national television, so I don't mind if I do.
Yeah. So that game will be taking place at Icon Park. The girls also in there too, so they'll be on the Saturday. And then the boys' game on the Sunday will kick off at 11:45, and followed by the VFL grand final between the Gold Coast Suns and Werribee. So there'll be a huge game there. I'd expect. I'll be probably if there's any beer allowed. I don't think there will be in a Talent League grand final, but anyway, we'll see what we can do there. So that's that.
You going with Sturdy, Blakey?
He'll be there. I think he might offer me a lift. He's a great man, Sturdy. So we'll see.
Who are they playing? You give us a bit of detail and whether you're confident or not.
Well, they're playing Sandringham. They got him last time, which was all back in round 1. So they haven't really played against each other. But I'll get my stat sheet tomorrow and see what the stats are like, where Sandringham are, where Eastern are. So, but I think Sandringham are the best side in the competition as well. And in the bracket thing that they do, the Metro and country bullshit that they do. I'm still trying to understand what's going on there, but that's how they do it. So there's my weekend pretty much done and dusted. But of course, got BNF this Saturday night. Me and Bo will be attending that. So there'll be a pretty big night down there at the York. So there you go.
Are you running the show or what?
No, mate. I'm sitting back, knocking down a few hard bevies, mate. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut. And I'm not going to do any
Good
speeches.
luck with that. Fuck it
That's
now.
so cap. That is so cap.
If they ask me, I'm just going to say no.
Are you going to win an award, Blake? Or
yeah, probably for best drinker of the club. I reckon I've donated a fair bit of my pay salary into that footy club. So there you go.
Turn it up.
What about best dress?
Best dress? Oh, it's always someone. It's not me. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Caden, I believe you got some AFL for us to talk about.
Yeah, I do, mate. Obviously into the second week of finals. So Friday night, what an absolute blockbuster game this was. The Blues took on the Demons at the MCG, and the Blue Baggers are through to the prelim after they defeated the Demons 11-7-73 to Melbourne 9-17-71. So a lot of inaccurate kicking from the D's probably cost them this game. It's fair to say that Carlton didn't win this game. In fact, Melbourne lost this game. So Sam Walsh, best on ground again, 34 touches, 2 goals. Blake Acres kicked the game-winning goal. Joel Smith played pretty well for Melbourne, kicking 3 goals. But again, for Carlton, it's their role players that are stepping up. So another poor game from Paddy Cripps. I don't think Charlie Curnow did. Charlie kick a goal? He might have kicked one, but Stephen May pretty much shut Charlie down for the whole game. So it's Melbourne's role players that are getting the job done for him. Blokes like, as I said, Blake Acres played well again. Tom De Koning probably had his best game of the year. Brody Kemp did a really good job. Lockie Fogarty, another one. Jesse Moplop kicked another 2 goals. So it's these types of blokes that keep popping up for Carlton, and I think they're the ones doing the damage. Obviously now, back-to-back years of straight sets for the Demons. I personally think this is to blame on Simon Goodwin. I don't think he's picked the right team in this game. I probably would have played Brodie Grundy or who was the other one that they were choosing? Ben Brown, maybe?
Yeah, Ben Brown. Yeah.
Was it Ben Brown? Yeah. So I would have played one of them two ahead of Tom McDonald's. And it was a pretty piss-poor decision to have Josh Shackey as your sub and not use him. So, I'm not too sure about Simon Goodwin's strategies going into this game. But, yeah, Melbourne out in straight sets for the second straight year. So, a little bit of problems down there, I think. But it's good to see Carlton get a win, and they'll take on Brisbane at the Gabba on Saturday night.
Could I just add something to that quickly?
Go, mate.
I was at the game myself as well, and getting in as I do, I like to have a few cold ones before the game. Richmond, fun?
You're an alcoholic, mate.
I wouldn't say that, mate. I only drink on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. But Richmond, I've never seen it that packed. Like, it was just incredible, full of footy fans, and everyone was just out and about. The pubs were packed and everything. And I went to the game, as I said, and I've never seen the MCG that loud. You know, that prelim in 2017, I was there as well. And that roar, that when Kane Lambert kicked that goal, that's what I refer it to, because the MCG was just in rafters after Akers kicked that goal, and that siren, just hearing the Carlton theme song after the game was just nuts. And Melbourne, another year of straight sets, a late snow trip for them again. So the D's back to the snow. I think they let themselves down. Really, they've got all the stars, but just not good enough, really, to be fair. And I thought Stephen May was Melbourne's best player by far. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see what the other boys think about that.
Yep, Harry.
Well, you two have pretty much summed up the whole game right there. But you have been picking on me a fair bit, Caden, for me saying Carlton picking them every week. But right now they're showing that they could be a team to cause a bit of ruckus.
They haven't won the 2 finals, mate. Sydney lost that game, and then Melbourne have lost this game. So, I mean, you got to give credit to Carlton for like getting the win, but I think they've got a bit of luck. Like Melbourne kicked 2-8 or something in the last quarter or something ridiculous like that. So
they kicked 9-17 for the game, so I think that shows it there.
Yeah, exactly. But
they could keep doing it, then stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it has, mate. Yeah, but I don't see them beating Brisbane up there, to be honest.
I don't see anyone beating Brisbane up there, so.
Nah, well, they haven't been beaten there this year, have they? So, Bowie, any thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I'd tip Carlton as well. I just thought they were red hot, and it is true. Melbourne did lose it, but at the end of the day, you got to kick a winning score. And I don't know if you boys remember, we were speaking to Acker not long ago, and he said that the team who kicks, better in front of goals will win the game, and that just proved it then. So, at the end of the day, you can say that, but it's still a good effort from Carlton to come back and get the win.
Yeah, definitely. Any tips, Carlton or Brisbane?
Yeah,
I think Brisbane will be too good.
Think
Yeah.
you got to tip Brisbane for that one. So
Brisbane
yeah.
Collingwood grand final probably.
Yeah.
Bring back the 2000s.
2002, I think that was the last time they played in the grand final, or 03, one of them.
03, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Buckley got Norman Smith.
yeah.
We'll move on to the second game, Saturday night. Port Adelaide took on GWS at the Adelaide Oval. And again, Port Adelaide, poor kicking cost them this game as GWS were too good. 13-15, 93 defeated the Power, 9-16, 70. So again, the Power out in straight sets. And what a performance it was from the Giants. Their big guns really stood up when Port's big guns failed to still step up. I think the likes of Whitfield, Cornelio, Green, Tom Green as well, and Jesse Hogan were just a class above Port's good players. I think Zach Butters was one of not many, and Zach Butters and Boak were probably two best players for Port Adelaide. And apart from them two, there wasn't too many other good players. So it had a lot of players down. So back
Just
to the
another-
drawing board for Port, I think.
Just another wasteful year for Port Adelaide, really. I was looking at comments on social media, and they're not happy about Ken Hinkley signing on for another 2 years. So
No.
yeah, but how about, come on, you got to give it back to I think it was either Rosie or Butters for having a go at the trainer of GWS. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty rude of him to do that. You know, the trainer's trying to do her job, and he's cracking the shit to there. So
I think
there
there's a
you
bit of
go.
frustration taken out from
Yeah,
Zach Butters there, but
I don't think it was too bad to me. Like, he threw the chair and stuff, yeah, but you see it happen all the time. But she did just stand there after she didn't give him any space. So I think it's a bit fair enough.
yes,
I don't have any problem with it.
I reckon that's what Blake would do if the keg runs out at BNF this Saturday.
You mean the tab, mate?
You boys get a tab.
Yeah. Right, we get them at Montrose Footy Club, mate. I don't know what you get down at your club, mate.
We get good times.
Anyway, we'll move on from that. So
yeah. So any thoughts, you boys? I watched this game on the couch with one eye open. So
yeah, just thought the Giants, their second quarter, pretty much won the game. That's how I saw it. And
yeah,
you know, Tom Green, he's going to be a superstar of the comp in the next couple of years. Potential Brownlow winner in my eyes. I can see that. And
yeah, for
Helio,
sure.
he's a good player as well. So they got the right stars, but it's going to be a mountain to climb this Friday.
It is, and I think the sweating over the Kieran Briggs fitness is going to be a huge talking point for GWS. If he doesn't get up, that's a massive out. The way he's come into the side in the back half of the year, he's probably, I reckon, he's top 3 ruckman in the comp after the midway point of the year. To be honest, his physicality, and I think he's a bit of a barometer for those GWS midfielders. Like, we went and watched St Kilda GWS the week before, and he absolutely tore Marshall a new asshole. Like, yes, Marshall had 30-odd touches, but fuck, Briggs dominated out of the middle and got their clearance game going. So, yeah, if he's out, that's a huge out for GWS because his shoulder didn't look too good when he went back on, but fingers crossed for him and the Giants that he can get up and play.
Are you going to the game on Friday night, Dossa?
Unfortunately, I'm not, mate. We are on our footy trip this weekend, so
Oi, there you go.
we'll be in Adelaide on Friday night. So
Adelaide.
Adelaide. So yeah, that'll be good fun. But I got some tickets for me family today, so they're going to the game. So yeah,
Yep. Me and Bowie are going to the game too, so there
Yep.
you go.
yeah. I'm spewing. I'm missing it. Would have been a good game to go to. I think it'll be a cracking game.
Save yourself for next week, mate. That's all I say.
I just don't. I just get so nervous, Blakey.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
not saying any predictions or anything because I just don't know.
Are you guys going to the races in Adelaide? Is there any races on?
Yeah, we're going to Morfettville on Saturday, so I think me and Harry were
yeah.
talking about this. We might put up our tips for the day on the Instagram and that. for the
Yeah.
followers to have a look at. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, boys. I still can't get you access to the Instagram, but that's all right.
nah, that's all right. We'll
Yeah.
we'll just speed dial you, mate, to put the post up. So,
Yeah. Perfect.
but yeah, looking forward to it. Should be a good trip. So yeah,
Yeah. Big prelims this week as well, as we touched on. So
yeah,
yeah, I think that'll be huge. Those two prelims, and I was
yeah,
surprised about the how quick the sellout was for
yeah.
the Giants Collingwood game. I was very surprised. I
I
reckon it
actually
might.
thought it was a bit stupid though, because Collingwood Melbourne in the first week was 1 ticket per member, and then they've bumped it up to 4 tickets per member for the
Yeah,
GWS game. So I reckon they made a mistake there. It should have been probably capped at 2 or 3 per member.
yeah, bit annoying, but well, tick a tick. That's what we say.
Yeah, fucking ticket too.
Yeah. Anyway,
Any other footy AFL talk from Bowie or Harry?
I think we have to touch on the 2 people that have passed away in the last 2 days with Ron Barassi and Cowboy Neil.
Legends of the game.
Yeah, so I saw this thing though. I thought it was pretty, well, not funny, but how the last game Barassi would have watched it would have been Carlton and Melbourne playing in that game. So I think that's, for him, would be a pretty nice way to watch your last game of footy.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Bowie?
Yeah, no, I've seen some of the clips of him giving sprays, and gee whiz, he can give it some. So,
Yeah.
but
Taking a few tips for the Dolphins game tomorrow, are you, mate?
yeah, I've got my notes down. Yeah, the clip of him running on one crutch, just that's unreal. That is the best clip I've seen. So, but no, he was a great player. I don't know if he was a better player or coach because he could do it both. So, yeah, and it's really he lost his parents at a bloody young age. So, yeah, he's done pretty well for himself.
guys.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's about all from me, though.
A
But
few trade rumours going around as well. I think Port
lot of trade
Adelaide have got
rumours.
Jordan Sweet, Brandon Zerk-Thatcher, and who was the other one? Sava Radaglia on their radar. It's just come out before that. Essendon are pretty keen on James Harms, and the Saints are keen on James Jordan from the Demons. So
I heard as well that Jade Gresham had talks with Richmond
Yeah, I heard
the
that
other
as well.
the other day.
really,
But
okay.
I don't think Richmond will get Jade Gresham though.
Yeah.
I think James Harms looks likely to go to Richmond
Oh,
more
is
than
it?
Essendon.
Okay.
That's just the word on my street as well.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Where does he fit in Richmond's midfield, though? You got Taranto and Hopper are pretty similar players to him.
yeah, the Prestia does his hamstring almost every second game. So
It's true.
it'll be good to we can get him in. I could definitely see him playing in our best 22 if he's coming across. But yeah,
Yeah. And I think Liam Henry is requested to the Saints.
yeah, play with Ross the boss.
Yeah.
Living with Bradley Hill, I might add that too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so there
I've
you go.
heard an inside word that pretty much that Zerk Thatcher trade is done because Sam Wiedemann was at the game Saturday, and a little birdie told me that he's at his exit interview got told that he might be playing backline this year. So that
Okay.
might be a lock in.
So do you reckon that rules the Bombers out of Ben Mackay?
Nah, they will have both.
You reckon?
Yeah, like a centre half back and a full back.
Mm.
I don't think that wouldn't work. So
Yeah, that's true. So you think Ben Mackay gets to Essendon?
I think so.
I think it's down to Essendon and Hawthorn. I've read before.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Those 2 teams are front runners.
Yeah. So a
And
bit happening.
Brody Grundy as well. He looks likely to go to Sydney.
Sydney, yeah.
He'll look good in Sydney. I reckon he'll be good. Hickey out. I don't
Yeah.
think they really have a ruckman now, apart from probably Callum Sinclair. I don't know if he still plays, but
Nah, he's gone. I think he left
yeah.
about 2 years ago.
So it'll be solo ruckman. So that'll be good for the mighty Swans. So there you go.
Yeah. Zach Fisher, I've heard, to North Melbourne as well. It's pretty much a done deal.
And Dylan Stevens as well to North Melbourne.
Yeah, that's the other one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so bit of movement. That's what we like to get during this hour. And I think we forgot to say Harry Sheasel won North Melbourne's BNF as well on Saturday night.
Yeah,
So
did too.
there you go. First year player, Nick Dacos, who um, gets the award, gets the nod there. So there you go.
Yeah.
Very good, Blakey. Love that from you, mate.
There you go.
Should we move on to the AFLW then?
Yeah, I think our man wants to talk about it. He likes talking about his footy on this pod. So, Caden,
Am I up again, am I?
yeah, we
All right.
talk about footy, mate.
Yeah, yeah. AFLW round 3. We're up to now in the AFLW. So I'll quickly read through the results and then a few standout players and a couple of other things. So Friday night, North Melbourne defeated the Cats by 9 points. Saturday afternoon, where the redback snake was found on the ground up in Sydney, delayed the start between the Giants and the Tigers. So Richmond won that game by 19 points, followed by Adelaide defeated the Bombers by 47. Melbourne continued their hot form, moving to the 3-0, defeating the Bulldogs by 42 points. Fremantle defeated the Hawks by 13. Sunday saw the Saints and the Power battle it out for both winless teams coming into this game, and the Power came away with their first win of 2023 with an 8-point victory. Carlton defeated West Coast by 53. Gold Coast defeated Collingwood by 12. And the Brizzy Girls, first win at their new ground, defeated Sydney by 55 points. So at the end of the round 3, there's still 3 teams undefeated in the competition, which sees North Melbourne, Melbourne, and Adelaide all on 3 wins at the top of the ladder. So 3 games in, I think, from what I watched, what games did I watch? I watched Collingwood, Gold Coast, and Brisbane, Sydney on Sunday. Watching those games, I think Charlie Rowbottom for Gold Coast is having a fantastic season, as well as Sarah Rowe from the Pies on the wing there. And then the Brizzy Girls, they dominated. They played well. Orla O'Dwyer, one of our favourites, kicked 2 snags. Ellie Anderson, the former Brownlow medalist in the AFLW, had 27 touches. But I must add, Laura Gardner from Sydney, 41 disposals.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
Jeez, that's a fair effort.
Fantastic effort. But for this week, I think the player of the round is Jasmine Garner from the Kangaroos, who
Another day out.
yeah,
Spoke about it last week. 30-1 this week.
yeah, 32 and a goal, 154 fantasy points. Just may I add, boys, the Kados of Weapons captain in AFL fantasy. So big old 308 points as I sit on top of the ladder, undefeated. So
She averages 32 touches, 10 clearances, and
Oh, mate.
I think she has like 10 tackles a game.
she's a freak.
That's
Absolute
nuts.
freak.
Yeah. I think she might win the Brownlow.
I think she'd be winning it at the moment, that's for sure. So,
Indeed.
yeah, it was a good weekend for footy. AFLW is flying at the moment. So, round 4 next weekend. So, I think Melbourne. Who do Melbourne play? Melbourne
Hawthorn.
play Hawthorn. They
Hawthorn.
should win that.
At Kinetic
North-
Stadium.
North Melbourne play Brisbane. So, that'll be a close game. And then Adelaide played GWS. So, you'd think Adelaide would win that. So, that could be still 3 teams undefeated at the end of the round. We'll see. So, yeah, I think that's all for me, Blakey. So,
Yep. Now Hazard will do some NRL.
Yeah, we can go through. I can go through the NRL for you, Blakey. No problem,
Yeah.
mate.
No problem. Go for your life.
All right. So we had obviously the semi-finals this weekend. We had Melbourne Storm get over the Roosters by 5 points on the Friday night, which I don't know about you, but it's found quite interesting that they had to schedule the game same times pretty much. I think they were like 10 minutes apart the starting times.
Fucking
I think
stupid.
I
Bit
think they'll
interesting.
bang on. I think they'll bang
Might have
on.
been bang on then. Sorry, Blakey.
Yeah.
Which one did you have going on your TV, mate? Just
Oh, I was at the MCG, mate. So
all right.
there you go, mate.
And then we had the Warriors destroying the Knights by 30 points. So that puts them into the prelim final against the Broncos and the Storm up against the Panthers. We got any predictions for the Friday night game, the Storm Panthers?
Panthers, easy.
Panthers, easy. Yeah.
They're too good.
Storm's in my roughy, so let's
Okay.
go.
Okay,
Let's
going
go
to Storm. And then we've got in our other one, the Broncos and the Warriors. Who do we think there?
Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos. I'd love to see the
Broncos.
Warriors, but I think the Broncos.
They've been the two best teams all year, the Broncos and the Panthers. So
Yeah. Good to
more
see.
than likely see that
I want
happen.
I want to see the Broncos win. Panthers have gone back to back, so it'll be good to see the Bronx get up there.
Would love to see it, Blakey.
And our great friend, I think from one of our teachers, Mr. Blacksley, goes for the mighty Broncos. So
Does he?
yeah, he does. He's a proud Bronco man. I actually saw him down at Coles the other day, actually, and he was there doing his sign language that he does. That if you remember that, yeah, there it is. David Blackstone. So shout out to him.
You got to ask Riley Spicer about that. He does the best impersonation of him.
Who's got the sneezes going? Fucking
That's
hell.
Anyway,
Can you?
oh,
Sorry, boys.
Well, that's the NRL we've got there. So we'll move on to the cricket, I think, is it now?
yeah, I'm happy to go over that. If Bo doesn't want it, it's up to him, but I'm happy to.
No, mate, you go for it.
All right, perfect. Game thing go up as we can speak. So Australia played South Africa, in a one-day game. It was the fifth one day before the World Cup. South Africa 9 for 315. Aidan Markram scored 93. Marco Jensen scored 47. I think that's really the key ones. In Australia, you wouldn't believe it. They were, I think they were 2 for 98, and they ended up getting bowled out for 193. So Marco Jensen was player of the match. He got a fifer and also scored 45 runs as well. So there you go, Marco. So he got the player of the game. So bit of interesting. I think next week we might do our World Cup selection if anyone's interested in that.
Yep. Travis
just-
Head ruled out though.
Yeah, I
a
don't
big
know
gap.
if he's going to be in our one day team. I know he's an opener, but yeah.
Well,
might be the
he broke his hand, so
yeah. So there you go.
he's ruled out.
NBL. Oh, this
Much
one's
the Blitz, wasn't it, this weekend, Blake?
yeah, the Mighty Blitz. United 2-0. Pretty happy about that.
Okay.
Beat Brisbane on Saturday. And then they just beat Illawarra about 2 hours ago. So good stuff there. Dellavedova, 20 points. So that's good for him. Who else was big? Golden 14. I think that's really it that we had. So yeah, it's good to see. I think Illawarra, I think Mason Peatling, there you go, 13 points. He was the leader. And right now, the Sydney Kings are all over the Phoenix, 73 to 61. Early, about to be full time there in the Blitz. So there you go. So I don't know what they do. I don't know if there's a trophy or not. Or I honestly don't know.
Do they only
if there
play
is.
2 games, do they?
I'm not sure. I think they play one more.
Okay.
I think because I think we got Sydney for our next game on a Wednesday. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we do. So I think everyone plays 3 games. So
Interesting.
there you go. NFL. Anyone want to put the hand up for that?
Oh,
Bowie.
yeah, I can. I can do it if
Harry.
Bowie doesn't want to.
Harry's the pro, mate.
I'm the pro, you reckon? Or do you boys know anything about the NFL or no?
You ask
Oh,
us this every
Besides,
week.
well, no, there's a new person on here, mate. So how about you just calm down?
I
No.
like it. I keep up to it.
Yeah.
But I don't follow it too much.
Bakey?
Yeah, I'll chuck it on in the background. Usually we get the 10:30 game, so I watch it during Smoko. So,
Nice. Who do you go for, mate?
well, the only team I know is probably the Giants.
Shit
So
team. Shit team.
I know they're
Poor
pretty
choice by
average.
you.
I know they're pretty average, but that's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Who do
well,
you who do you go for? I actually haven't asked you that, but who do you go for?
the Green Bay Packers, mate.
Okay, how's Rogers going?
Well, he doesn't play for him anymore, so that's a great question by you, Bakey.
Well, he left them, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to the Jets.
Didn't he
Well, there
get
you go.
injured?
Yeah, he tore his
Yeah.
Achilles the other week.
Yeah.
But they reckon he'll be back for finals. So
I don't think they'll make finals, will they?
they might do. Zach
Yeah.
Wilson's not the worst quarterback to have, and they've got Brees Hall as their running back who dominated week 1, and they should have used more week 2, who probably could have pushed them a bit closer, but
Fair
they're up
enough.
against the Cowboys, who are probably, I would think, one of the favourites for the Super Bowl this year.
Fair
They
enough.
they dominated them there.
Yeah.
Not a heap of major news besides the Bengals starting 0-2. That's big for them. There's only one side that's ever started 0-2 in the new postseason for the NFL that have gone on to make the playoffs, and that was them last year. So they need to do a repeat of last year to be able to make a push for the Super Bowl yet again. But don't know how they'll
Is
go this year.
is Joe Burrow still playing?
Yeah, he's still playing.
Oh, and they're still 0-2.
Yeah, so he struggled first game, but played a bit better the second one. Just the Ravens are just too good.
Yeah.
So they will have a hard road ahead for the next 16 weeks, but we'll see how they go. Not really too much other news.
Yep.
Just that there's the front runner for the MVP, and AFC will be the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa for sure.
Chee-hoo.
So that's about all for the NFL. Won't stay too much more. Wait till it gets a couple more weeks in, and then we'll see more about teams moving and everything like that.
Perfect, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think I really cared.
Thanks, Blakey. Have to listen to you talk for an hour each week, but you can't listen
Nah.
for 5 minutes.
Nah, it's good. They get a big crowd in, and I think I saw the Rams do it. I saw their stadium the other day. Pretty cool setup. So
Yeah, well, over there, the college football is actually bigger than the NFL. Like the
yeah,
Colorado Buffs at the moment, who have Deion Sanders as their coach, is probably the
yeah,
hottest team in America over everything.
yeah. Well,
So they're building. Hey,
sorry to interrupt.
no, go for it.
Who's the team that plays Enter Sandman before the game starts? Because that is unbelievable. Just
Pretty
seeing
sure it's either the Florida Gators or Clemson. I can't remember which one.
okay.
But
Because
it's huge over there.
I see it every time they play a home game, and yeah,
They do play it. It's crazy the atmosphere over there. It's nothing like the AFL or anything over here. It's unreal. I'd love to go watch a game over there.
yeah.
But that's about it from me with the NFL.
Yeah.
Is that all
boys got
sports,
anything?
Blakey? Because I forgot to put in the spring carnival in our agenda. Got a bit
You got
to talk
EPL
about.
as well.
EPL. I think I only saw Arsenal win.
No one gives a shit about the EPL anyway.
Yeah. You guys happy to move on?
I'm
Yeah,
happy.
we'll move on. I'll take
Yeah.
over.
Yep. Spring Carnival.
Yeah,
Get
spring
Bowie
carnival.
involved.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bowie's involved.
Yep.
Yeah, so on Saturday at Flemington, the Make Be Diva Stakes took place.
Maccabi Diva.
Yeah, that's it. Mackay Beaver.
You call yourself a spring racing expert. You don't even know
I can't
Mackay
pronounce-
Beaver is.
I can't pronounce fucking things, mate.
Like,
So the Group 1 took place the 1600 at Flemington, and it was, as Blakey mentioned earlier in the call, it was Mr. Brightside that took home the win in front of Allocator Blood and then Austin Penko. So it was a good race. I actually watched this. Mr. Brightside stormed home with Craig Williams, the winning jockey there. I think they took home 750,000 prize money for that Group 1. So
he can use it for Chompers decrease, hopefully, or Craigie.
yeah, Craigie boy. So that was the Group 1 on the weekend. Coming up this weekend is the Underwood Stakes. That is held at Caulfield, I believe. Caulfield, yeah. It's a Group 1, 1,800 metre. So I think looking at the odds here, Without a Flight is the favourite at the moment. And then Alligator Blood again, 450. I think Alligator Blood won it last year. So if you're looking to go back to back, yeah, Alligator Blood won it last year. A few other popular horses in the race. Monungu, Luna Flare, Smoking Romans is still ticking along.
Smoking Romans.
Smoking
Jeez.
Romans.
Yeah. And Solcombe is up there, Attrition, and Lindemann. So, as we mentioned earlier, myself and Harry are going to the races on Saturday at Morphettville. So, we'll put a few of our tips out and stuff for the fans. So, if you want to follow along and get off the 2-minute noodles for dinner, feel free to jump on. So,
And my Ruffy.
and Bowie's Ruffy. So, yeah, I think that's it for the Spring Carnival. There's a fair few good events coming up. Underwood this week, Morey Stakes night the week after, Sandown Stakes, Turnbull Stakes, Caulfield Guinness Day, and then get into more Caulfield Cup, Geelong Cup, Moonee Valley Gold Cup night. I think that's what we went to last year, wasn't it, Bowie? Moonee Valley Gold Cup night.
Yeah.
Ladbrokes Cox Plate, Bendigo Cup, Derby Day, and Melbourne Cup, Oaks Day, Stakes Day. And then that's about Zipping Classic, and then that's it. So that's the Spring Carnival coming up. So yeah.
Yeah. I think they always say that the Cox Plate is always the best one. The Melbourne Cup is always big, but it's not that good according to a few people that I talk to. So there you go.
Yeah.
Moonee Valley is always the big one. The Friday nights can't go past that. So there you go.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of drama in the media recently that J-Mac has been Craig Williams has been kicked off Giga Kick, and J-Mac will be the new jockey for Giga Kick. So on Espen Handicap Day. So yeah. Should be good. I think just read now, J-Max confirmed he'll make an early return from his broken foot. So that'll be good to see J-Mac back in action. So yeah.
Apparently he only missed the first bit of it, they said.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure when the Epsom Handicap Day is, but I'd say it's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Harry, do you know?
I got no clue when the Epsom Stakes are, when Epsom Handicap is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it'd be too far away though.
Nah, you wouldn't have thought if they're putting the jockeys out for it.
Not exactly.
Yeah, that's all for me, Blakey.
Too easy.
Moving to the segments, are we?
Oh, here we go. I'm back. And here we go. I'll be introducing. Here we go. And welcome back to another edition of Dossa's Multi.
Boys, last week we had I thought we lost, but this week it's confirmed. 6 green ticks. I've done it again. Back-to-back wins on Dossa's Multi.
Yeah, so
What was that?
I was just saying yes.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were speaking. So, juicy odds this week, must I add. $13 was the odds, and it got up. So, I'll quickly read through it. So, GWS beat Port, tick. Melbourne Storm beat the Roosters, tick. Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Minnesota Vikings, tick. Man City beat West Ham, tick. North Melbourne W defeated Geelong W, tick. And Fremantle defeated Hawthorn W, tick. So 6 ticks. Unfortunately, my hot tip favorite child didn't go too well. So, but I've got a new multi for this week. Now, Blakey, you
Yep.
said to me I need a win this week to equal your record. Is that right? For 3 in a row.
Yes, that's correct.
So you won 3 roughies in a row. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going for 3 multis in a row. Okay. So
There you go.
this week, I've gone with the Penrith Panthers to defeat the Storm, $1.18. Brisbane Broncos to defeat New Zealand Warriors, $1.26. Brisbane to defeat Carlton, $1.38. San Francisco 49ers to defeat New York Giants, $1.20. Gold Coast Women's to defeat Bulldogs Women's, $1.22. And Collingwood Women's to defeat St Kilda Women's, $1.40. Put those 6 in a multi, you get $4.60. So, smaller odds this week, but I'm pretty confident in that actually. So
There we go.
jump on that, Bowie. And my hot tip for this week on Wednesday at Warwick Farm, race number 6, number 4, Demeanor. And it opens at about 3:10. So likes
There
the
you go.
track there at Warwick. So I'll be backing that in. So hopefully it can get up.
Yep.
Love that. Love
I
that.
think we might. I forgot actually what my segment was. But just because I might change it up just for this week. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but I'll ask a couple of things. So obviously the AFL's in prelim final week, of course, this week. So I thought I might do a bit of fun, and I might do my top 5 prelim finals.
Okay.
You guys can. I know I didn't give you warning or anything. Um, but yeah, I'll go through my top 5 in my prelim finals. So number 5, I've been watching footy, of course, a lot during the years and all that. I think the prelim final last year was number 5, Sydney Collingwood last year. Of course, the Swans winning by a point. So this is just in my area that I've watched AFL. So that I've watched, and I thought that was a pretty good final. 2014, I think it was Hawthorn v Port Adelaide in the prelim final, and Port Adelaide, I think they kicked maybe 5 or 6 unanswered goals in the last quarter and narrowly finished short. I thought that was a very good prelim final. Even though it was a 20-point margin, I've got to put in the Richmond Geelong 2019 prelim final, just because Geelong were up and they were winning, and I thought that we were going to lose. I thought I was going to be catching an early train home, but that didn't happen. So that's number 3. And I think number 2, I think Melbourne, even though it was a smashing, Melbourne in 2021, just seeing them make their first grand final since 2000 and the supporters that they got. And number 1, I don't think you can rule this one out. The Giants v Bulldogs 2016 prelim final.
Yeah.
I don't think you can rule that one out because that one was an absolute belter and a ripper. So that's mine. I know you boys, I haven't given you enough information or anything, but are you boys happy to just go through maybe a couple prelims that you might think we're up there in the top 5 or top 4? Anyone want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll
Yep.
let the other boys go first if they want to, though.
Yeah. Hurry up, bro.
I can't even remember my shoes, so I can't even remember prelims. So
No,
I'll give it a skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go, Doss. All I loved was the Richmond Geelong one. That was probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
So my top 5 would be number 5. I'm going to go 2010 when Collingwood beat Geelong. I know they smashed them, but that was probably my first Collingwood prelim win. So that'll be 5. 4. I'm going to go, I think it was 2013, Geelong and Hawthorn when Burgoyne kicked that goal. Blakey, do you know?
Bunt Burgoyne.
Is that
2013.
Yeah, 2013. So that's
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go Bulldogs defeating Port Adelaide at Port Adelaide in 2020
Yeah.
against the odds. And then number 2, Collingwood defeating Richmond in 2018. That was good. And then number 1, I don't think you can go past Bulldogs GWS in 2016. That was a cracker.
Yeah.
That's my top 5.
Yeah, I think you've done that really well. I didn't want to say the 2018 prelim. It still gives me nightmares.
I didn't really say the 2022 prelim, mate. So likewise.
Anyway, moving on. I think it's Bo's Ruffy. I want to hear. I heard he say his little segment way into that, so I want to hear it again. Here we go.
Nothing on Big H, but Bo's Ruffy. Today we got a good one today. A lot of odds. I've worked out. My sports bet was stuffing up. I don't know what's going on, but I've worked it out. So now I've got really good odds here.
Juicy.
So it's only a little 3-legger, 4-legger, sorry. So Storm to win against Penrith, $4.95. Carlton to beat Brisbane, $3.08. Australia to win the World Cup in the rugby, $31. Guerra, number 3, Sandown Race 1 on Wednesday is paying $18. Apparently, it's like a top tip of that race. With those odds, you can get it power played for $10,502 if you chuck $1 on there. So
what'd you say? Race 1, number 2, Guerrero.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that's a tip.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Interesting. All right, now
Love
it's
it.
time for Harry's hot take.
Yep. So I've actually moved away from the sports scene for this one. Thought we'd have a little break from sport and go with this one. I'll start with the first up question. Do you boys like gravy?
Yeah.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I like gravy when it's not on a.
Hang on. No, just shut the fuck up and listen. So my hot take is gravy is better when it's like thicker and like creamier.
Yeah.
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 I know
Yeah.
a lot of people who prefer it where it's like watery and shit.
Mm-mm.
Yuck.
You thought I was going to go with the hot take of does it belong on top of a Parma or a
No,
schnitzel?
no. Yeah.
No. Yeah. I thought you were going to have a gig at me.
No. My girlfriend and her family think it's weird to put my gravy on top of a Parma. So I thought that was pretty normal to do because apparently it's already got tomato like paste on it, so that counts. I'm like, no, it doesn't count.
Just adds a bit of juice to it.
I'm glad you agree, Bo. This is why I like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe she's just angry at you because last episode you had her hoodie on.
Maybe. I haven't thought of that. I've taken it off this week, just because I was a bit scared.
You've given it to Doss instead.
Yeah, I've given him it. So, but yeah, that was my hot take. I really thought some of you would disagree because I've had a lot of people disagree with me, but
Nah, it's good.
I'm glad you
mind
guys
it.
agree. Makes me
Obviously,
very happy
don't-
inside.
Don't smother it in gravy, but you
I
definitely
smother it.
love to see that.
Love a good bit of gravy.
Yum.
Chippies.
Yeah. Chicken burger.
Oh, wouldn't I love to just.
Also, boys, did we see who Clayton won supporter of the year?
Yeah,
he
I
got
saw
up.
that.
He got up and about.
Oh, didn't he? He was excited.
The
Who-
fellas were doing the chicken burger dance in the afters as well.
They
Who
were.
is this? Who is this?
Clayton.
Who's Clayton?
Oh,
Oh,
for
no.
fuck's sake, Blake.
Who's Clayton?
You seriously say chicken burger and then not even know where it comes from.
Oh yeah, yes.
And
You have no fucking clue.
can I just say, boys, if my Ruffy gets up, we're all four of us are doing the chicken burger dance next episode. All right?
All right.
Alright.
Will it be done by next episode?
Yeah.
You sure? When's the Rugby World Cup end?
Yeah.
Oh, that leg might have to wait a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might have to.
When it
Fair
happens,
enough.
though.
Yep. Chicken burger. Anyway, that might wrap us up, but I think I'm going to throw it off to one of you guys. If anyone's down on the Dolphins, I just found out, super fan. First game tomorrow, boys. Do you just tell the viewers or listeners who want are keen to see some Dolphins plays in action? Is any of you boys want to? I'll throw it over to you, and you guys just tell everyone.
Yeah.
You want to go, Caden?
Yeah, I'll take over, Blakey. So we got a basketball team starting up tomorrow night. So we play every Tuesday. Called the Dolphins, obviously. So myself and Bo are the head coaches of the team. And we've got 7 really talented players in the lineup this season. So I'll read out our squad. I've got the magnets on the board here already. So we got Norble. Norble's a athletic young
Do you
fella.
want to read out the team for tomorrow? Just go through from point guard to the 5, and then
Yeah, okay.
and then
I'll read that out.
6th man of the year and 7th.
All right, so starting point guard is Norble. So for those at home who don't know who Norble is LeBron backwards, which is Jared Gilby. So Jared's starting point guard. At the 2 position, we've got the Cock. For those that don't know, the Cock is Jai Peacock. He will start at the 2. At the 3, we have Slow-Mo. Everyone knows Slow-Mo.
Alt hero.
Christian Latkins. At the 4, we have got Slugger. Slugger is
Keg.
Jackson
Human keg.
Gilby. And at the center, the 5 position is Dinger.
Heard he's getting
Condom.
subbed off in the first 10 seconds, I heard.
Connor Walker, the team manager. So that's the starting 5. And then off the bench, we've got Concrete, Alex Lutkins, the concreter. And then the famous Harry Keeling as well, 6th man of the year.
Balding brothers on the bench.
Balding brothers on the bench. So
Get those
first
power waves going, mate.
Yeah, I'm fucking ready.
first game's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Oxley. So if you're not doing anything, not putting one away, as Blake would say, get down to Oxley 7 o'clock. And they have an Instagram page, so it's dolphins.basketball. So check that out. We'll be got a few media people signed up, so there'll be some videos and stuff out during the week. So
And
Yeah.
just a quick one. If you ever need to fill in, boys, always happy to help a hand, mate. So there you
Yep.
go.
We'll find anyone else, don't worry.
Mate.
are you gonna come watch, Blakey, or are you busy?
Might pop down depending on what time you're playing.
7
it's
o'clock, mate.
7 o'clock.
Oh shit, might have to cancel my hot dinners. Anyway,
Uh,
that will do for tonight. Unless anyone wants to say anything, are we all good, boys?
Yeah, you all good, mate?
Yeah, all good. All
Yeah,
right, so
love
we'll
it.
sign off from there. Just a quick one. Socials, we have been posting like we do every other week about when we're doing it. But I've seen no DMs in my DM
I actually
box.
got a DM from someone about the podcast.
Okay. Well, please reveal.
Don't get it mixed up with your personal ones, mate.
Nah. I won't, mate.
I actually got a DM the other week as well, actually, about
Personal?
the podcast.
Personal or podcast?
No, I did get personal DM, yeah, but I also got one about the podcast.
Well, go on. You read it
go
out
on.
first. then.
You
This
go
is
first.
from a young man by the name of Dean Kerno, who you boys might know.
Oh,
Yep.
the Crow.
Yeah, he messaged me saying he's going to give it a suss while he's at work for the day. So that was about it. But just thought I'd shout him out if he's listening.
Yeah.
I did mention, so you mentioned at the start of the episode, like Shane Kennedy. Shano's a huge listener. He watches the YouTube every week. So
Jeez.
he loves the YouTube. So
So does Blakey, but he watches something else.
Oh,
God,
come on, mate.
There's kids watching, mate. Come on.
Yeah, come on, mate. That's uncalled for.
he just gave me the he loved the spray I gave South Belgrave last week. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
emotional stuff. So yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, well, that's about it. Yeah, as you say. So a couple of grand finals coming up. So exciting times, and then we go into that last weekend of September next week for our grand final podcast. It should be very exciting for that. Anyway, that's enough from us. To Caden, Harry, and Bo, thanks for joining on for another edition of the All Sports Podcast. So thanks, boys, for tuning in.
No worries, mate.
Oh, God.
Well, hopefully, me and Harry will have a few stories to share from our footy
Hopefully
trip
we
next week.
do. I'm sure we will.
And we do have explicit on our thing, so we'll be allowed. So
Love it.
there you go.
Love.
So I want to know if Caden can, if he can pick up. So if that's all right, even though they are half an hour behind. So there
He
you
can
go.
pick up better than you, Blakey. So
Anyway, that's enough. That will do. So thank you.
I'm in good
tune
form
in.
lately, Blakey. I'm in good form, mate.
Well, when's your last one, mate?
Nah, we'll just leave it at that.
Uh,
The boys know, so we'll leave it at that.
See ya.
Yeah, mate.
see ya.